This content is brought to you in association with my buddies over at Jam Jam Cards UK. You can find the links to the eBay store and the Facebook page in the description. Hi guys, it's Joe here from Rufio. We've got Big P on the channel. Old Pibs, he's representing the team, of course, as always. He's decided to bring me on some ABC Therion
ABC Adventure,
yeah. Hopefully they don't hit Buster to 1 and then this deck will be unplayable.
Then I go back to not playing again.
But yeah, he's actually finding it exciting because he's got a deck he can actually play. I think it's been a bit of a lull for you.
I've been off for like 2 months.
Yeah.
The last format's been so dull. No decks have really been interesting.
But now ABC
coming back.
Viable again. Okay, cool. Anything you want to say about the deck before we get stuck into it?
So this is just the first draft, sort of. So it'll probably look pretty basic. As I test it, I'll probably find places where I can cut cards and add in some more spicy text. The real problem with the deck at the moment is because you're playing so many engines, you don't have a lot of room for the tech cards like the spice and the hand traps. So it probably just looks like archetype plus archetype plus archetype equals deck.
Yeah.
That kind of is what it is.
But if it works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Before we get stuck in, guys, if you're looking to pick up any Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles, particularly from the new set or otherwise, I guess, check out the channel sponsors, Jam Jam Cards UK. They sponsor this man. They sponsor this man behind here too. Use code Rufio15 on their eBay store for 15% off. Link in the description. Right, let's get stuck in, shall we?
Get into it.
Right, take us away when you're ready.
Cool. So start with the main deck. So obviously we're playing just 3/3/3. There's probably room to cut here, depending on. It really depends on how the format works out, on how many times you can think you could get into a Buster or not. So, I've been finding myself today, before playing the Therion stuff, just siding out an A because it's kind of like the weakest part. But it does come to bite you if you get like super polyed. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem because we've cut out the DPE engine in this build, so we're not going to lose the super poly anymore.
Yeah.
One driver. You don't need more than one driver. Playing 2 is cope.
Yeah.
If you draw it, then whatever. Like you just carry on playing with the new Therion stuff, so it's cool. Right, so the new stuff. The 3 of the Big King Regulus.
Whoa, look at that.
It's Omni Negate. He equips an ABC piece from the graveyard, and then with no restrictions, so you can just go, I'll summon this ABC piece I just equipped. So it's like an extender, a starter, a negate. He does everything. He's big, he's beefy, and he's here to mess stuff up.
And on top of that, he's got massive hands like you. Huge mittens.
There's King Therion hands. Then we're into the adventure stuff, so we're playing the Griffin, 3 Aquamonsters, they're the monsters.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No explanation needed.
Probably go down to 2 when the ban list drops, right?
Probably.
I have no idea what they're going to do in that list. Then hand traps, so this is the limited space we have. So I've only got room for 5 really.
High impact, I guess.
There's a card, like you can drop Foolish Burial to get the 3rd of the second hand trap, but I don't even know if these are the best hand traps at the moment. As I say, I've been away for 2 months.
Yeah, there's some argument for maybe like Bells, but yeah, I mean they hit pretty much every deck in some capacity, so
maybe even drop an Ash and the Foolish Burial and play 2 Bells.
Yeah, they're safe. I'm
a fan of playing 2 of each of the hand traps because then you don't clog on too many of them. But it's just they still have applications, but that's another argument for another time.
Yeah.
So that's all the monsters. Then we're into Field Spell Zone. So 3 Union Hangers, 3 Disco Colosseums, as Herman likes to call them.
What is it? What does this do?
So this is basically Hanger for the Therions.
Yeah.
When you activate it, you add a Therion.
Yeah.
When a Therion is destroyed, you can either send a Perpetual Engine or a Therion from your deck to the graveyard to protect it.
Right.
So you just send another Regulus to stop it from being destroyed.
Sure.
Then when a monster, from reading it, it says when a monster is destroyed, you can add a Therion from your graveyard to your hand. It doesn't say when your monster is destroyed, so I assume that works when you fight over something.
Hold on, I'm gonna just read this. You carry on talking.
I think that's how it works. We'll find out, I guess.
Once per turn when a monster is destroyed by battle.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you can
I guess so.
add your Regulus back from your deck, from your graveyard, just by either beating over something or getting beaten over, and then you can go into your combo again.
That's
which
pretty
is
silly.
Pretty sick. Then obviously Terraform.
Yeah.
And then Set Rotation, because we finally have a good second field spell to actually play.
Yeah.
Which is insane with the Draco back, because you can go this Set Hanger, Set Colosseum, then activate Colosseum, add your Therion, and then Draco back the Hanger to your hand, and then play Hanger.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty cute.
it's just how we haven't had a good second field spell to be able to play it. Then 3 pseudo field spells.
Yeah.
Unauthorized activations. Just a quick machine from your deck, which is pretty spicy. Like you equip to Therion, and it's another negate.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's essentially another hanger though. Then obviously adventure spells, 3 1/1.
Yeah.
Arguments to play the second Fateful. Again, it depends on how the format works out. If you think you're going to get into a grindy format, then obviously 2 adventure is good.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 are Call by the Grave and Foolish Burial.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this is, you just play it because you play it. You can easily see it getting banned or whatever.
Yeah.
And then this is like, you can Foolish Burial a ABC piece and summon it with Therion, or you can send a Aquamancer, so it's just all-round general starter card.
Yeah.
Cool, so that's the main deck.
Sure.
No traps. I'm
No
sure
traps.
I'll have a version with traps at one point.
It's not unlike you.
Ooh,
No comment.
no comment. So extra deck. So we're playing 3 Buster.
Yeah.
Please, Konami, don't touch my baby. The fact it's 1 in Master Duel makes me not want to play that game, so I don't. But yeah, well, I mean, you could easily go down to 2 and it'd be fine. 3 is just there because, basic deck.
Yeah.
Then we'll go into the links. So we've got a Link Spider for your Adventure token, or for Dino tokens, or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess it's not so necessary now that we're not playing DPE and Verte, but it's useful to have, especially for the link down if you want to like co-link your Nightmares. Then Mask, pretty much the standard end board of this deck, ends with a Mask to go into Underworld Goddess. Barricade Board Blocker, it's turn 1 discard engine, essentially. Sometimes you just need to get that piece into your graveyard.
Yeah.
But it also comes up when you want to add a field spell back. So
True.
or your Fateful Adventure. Pretty sure it does continuous spells, right?
Something like that.
Liner, I mean, it's pretty much the most generic link to if you don't want to go into your Mask or your Barricade Blocker. This is just, it's there. There are some lights in the format which are useful to summon back. Whatever. Phoenix, Cerberus, pretty standard. Platinum Gadget for the hands where you don't see your field spells.
Sure.
Because sometimes you just need to get that A out of your hand. Obviously Unicorn, there's Unicorn, Appaloosa. There's end boards where you can go into it if you don't think that they've got monster negation. Negate your monsters.
Yeah.
Access code puts in every deck. Underworld Goddess, because, linking off of your opponent's stuff in their turn after you resolved a Buster and then going plus like 50.
Yeah.
Always good. Then one Dweller, because
Dweller's pretty good.
Dweller's pretty good. It could be any rank 4 in this spot. I've been thinking about maybe Baguska or Emerald's pretty good. Again, it already depends on how the format shapes up.
Yeah, it's hard to know since we are never getting a new list.
Yeah, exactly. But I think there's just generally all round it's good card.
Yep.
The side deck, this is obviously subject to your local meta or how the meta shapes up again, but obviously we're going to play Nibiru because Big Rock.
Yep.
I like to play these strikes because strike comes up quite often, like especially if you're going first.
And it's there for pendulum cucks too.
Yeah, I mean, like if you get Dark Rulered and stuff, like in games 2 and 3, or droplets, or anything that's because you are very monster heavy in this deck, so having that backup just spell trap sort of negation is useful.
Yeah.
Droll, So I assume Grill's still relevant?
It's like it's the best out of the high impact hand traps. Yeah.
It shuts off so many decks.
Yeah.
Then Spell Trap Destruction.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go 3-in-1. I just don't think there's enough space for it. Went Twin Twisters just because it's a discard, so you can be like, oh, I'm just gonna like, even if they don't have spell traps and you side this in, you could just discard a B, target your own stuff, like then Therion summon it back. It's just a discard outlet.
Yeah.
Whereas the Cosmics, like life points costs, can't really be bothered with that. And then Droplets.
More stuff in grave.
Only play this going second though because it's terrible going first.
Yeah.
But yeah, it discards and it just breaks boards.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so thank you very much for taking time to do the profile. Really appreciate it. Any shout-outs before we go?
Shout-outs obviously to Jam Jam Cards. They sponsor me. They provide me with all my cards pretty much whenever I ask for them.
Yeah.
So go check them out on the eBay page. I'm sure it'll be linked down below.
Of course.
Obviously, shout out to Mana Screw for letting us, pretty much giving us free reign.
It's here.
Giving us free reign to do whatever we want at locals.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Obviously, shout outs to Rufio.
Obviously.
Thank you for having me on your channel again.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you for the free content.
Yeah, free content.
Free content. Yeah. All right, well, thank you again for taking time to do the profile. I really, really appreciate it. Guys, if you haven't already, you should most definitely hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.